Alright, taking a look at number 60 here, all I've done so far is made the graph of it, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the algebra for finding the domain. That's what the problem asked us to do. So underneath an even radical, we cannot have a negative under here. So the part underneath the radical, I'm going to go ahead and say it cannot be negative. The way we say it cannot be negative in math is we say it is greater than or equal to 0. And now I have to solve this inequality. That'll tell me any domain restrictions that I may have. So I pull out an x. I'm just solving for x is all I'm doing here. I factor out an x. And from here I'm going to split it into my two equations, or inequalities I should say. X greater than or equal to 0, and x plus 3 greater than or equal to 0. And from there, I'm going to take these two equations and go ahead and solve them. This one's already solved. Again, inequalities, sorry, not equations. Take the 3 over on this one, and there are my two answers. Those are showing me the domain restrictions for this function. But when I look at the graph, they don't agree. I mean, this is telling me x greater than 0. Okay, I see that right here. X is greater than 0. But this is telling me x is greater than or equal to -3. Well, no, it should be less than, right? Basically, what you need to know is inequalities can lie to you. When you get quadratics mixed in with with any radical, sometimes the inequality will lie to you. But it's not worthless to do the algebra because it still shows me, hey, right here at -3 is where something interesting is happening. And hey, right here at 0 is where something's happening to the domain. So I have to do the algebra to figure out these values and use them with the graph to figure out the domain. So looking at those values and the graph, my domain is going to be -infinity up to -3. And it does include -3 because my algebra tells me it does. It is or equal to. I can have this come out to 4th root of 0. That's fine. So I do include the -3, so I use a bracket. And then union with, it doesn't pick back up until 0 and goes to infinity. Oh, I messed up there. It does include 0, so I gotta make that a bracket, not a parenthesis. Sorry about that. It does include 0 and goes to infinity. So there's our domain for number 60.